All right, we back. Chicken the Liquor Hour. We out here. All right. Rush Hour, Bad Boys. Rush Hour, Bad Boys. Janice probably don't even remember either one.
Which franchise do you like more?
Yeah. So no, we're not even gonna start with that. We're gonna talk about Rush Hour versus Bad Boys, though.
Okay.
Let's first say, who do you think is the better duo?
Damn.
The better duo. Martin, Will Smith and Bad Boys, Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker in Rush Hour.
That's an amazing question.
Okay. Yeah, no, we don't even answer that yet. We'll say, let's put it like this. If your daughter was kidnapped, who would you rather have looking for your daughter between the two? Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, or Will Smith and Martin?
Jackie and Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Why? Just because they've done that in a movie before?
No, it's just literally because of Jackie Chan.
Yeah, really, it's like Jackie Chan could go by himself. And
yeah. Chris Tucker is just along for the ride and to crack jokes. Jackie, like based off of not only those movies, but like his other filmography, I'm going to trust him.
It's not about the other movie. No, we're basing it literally just on Rush Hour and Bad Boys. Do not think about other movies they've been in.
Jackie, because he gets shit done no matter who he's with.
You're only saying that because he's Asian.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. So are y'all going with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker?
Yeah.
And I mean, to go off of that too, even if we're going from these two films, then Jackie's going to get the job done. And who knows, like, I mean, as entertaining as it may be, like Will and Martin Lawrence, there's going to be a ton of collateral damage, and I don't want to risk that for my daughter.
Oh, you know what, damn it, there's going to be a lot of collateral damage with them.
Like, Jackie is going to somehow tangle, like, you know, running around, moving 20 ladders and, like, you know, all these, like, items and knocking over 20 guys. But, like, you can bet that somehow, like, that building or area he's in is still there's going to be minimal collateral damage.
I trust Keegan because he do be having a daughter.
He do be having a daughter.
I do. You've just seen her, so
legit did.
I mean, touche. So all of y'all are going with them too.
Yeah, really, just because of Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
I feel like Will's gonna tell us like the correct answer right now.
Like there's a correct answer. Actually, the correct answer.
If you look it up.
The dictionary says
Merriam-Webster actually reports.
Who do you think? All right, so let's say it's you three versus one of those two. Which one do you think y'all could beat in a drinking contest?
Jackie Chan.
I like all of y'all's faces though when I said that.
Wait, you mean between Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, or between?
No, between like there, it's you three versus either Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker or versus Will and Martin. Who are y'all? Like they're characters from the movies, not them as celebrities. The characters.
Okay.
Who are you beating in a drinking contest?
Wait, today or like in their prime?
In those from those movies from the
their
franchise.
characters.
Okay.
From the characters from the movie, not the actual actors.
I feel like Jackie Chan probably can't handle a lot of alcohol, so I would go with that.
That's racist. That's racist.
Why?
Didn't you just tell Janice that she only picked Jackie Chan because she's Asian?
And she was racist too. That I wasn't racist, she was. But do you know, fun fact, Asians, specifically Filipinos and Koreans, they drink the least amount of alcohol than any other race.
I believe that.
And is that middle finger to me or Jacory? Because he believes it. So
I you know what? It's for both of you. I could do it for the second hand, I would.
And Janice, do you ever get what's it called? Asian flush?
Yeah, I actually am a lightweight. I can't drink alcohol.
I don't know. I remember me and you going shot for shot with tequila one night, bro.
I know. Those were different times.
Yeah, was that the night before Parents Weekend?
Shut the fuck up,
No, she was, because I remember I still got that video when she was hurt.
Oh God, I was
that man.
Jacory said, "Send me that video."
That was so nice of that one mother to come in and check on you.
Oh my God,
Sweetie, are you okay?
I still showed up though.
You did.
I still moved tables.
You were hungover and
that is true. Like
you showed up to work.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't ever send you a text like, please don't let me go. I would just fucking.
You a petty.
You would show up, vomit, streak down your shirt, be like, I'm here to.
You guys have an extra setup shirt?
I will say though, the students there were built differently than the students I have now, because y'all would come in after a long night of drinking, hungover and everything, and just do y'all's job and not complain to me whatsoever. These kids here, like you email me, please don't let me go. I had a fever this morning.
We straight up early. We had like an all staff training at the start of the semester, and straight up, one of the students that we had just promoted to manager, and like we love this kid. He's been here over a year, and like he's a super hard worker, but he showed up late, and then like he low key was like joking with like the new like coordinator, like, oh yeah, sorry, you know, I'm like, he admitted to being hungover. And then after the end of the meeting, after telling the coordinator and like the boss that, he was like, basically, hey, so I'm looking to do like this internship next semester as part of my major. Can I get a letter of rec?
Are you serious, my nigga? Like,
I'm pretty sure they still gave it to him, but they were like, you need to understand which information you can and cannot divulge us. But
well, one girl I was interviewing, and I asked her at the end of the interview, what is one thing you could tell me about yourself that I will not forget? Like if someone asked me, hey, do you know Janice who? Oh, the girl Janice, she speaks 13 languages and she actually jumped off the top of a skyscraper. Just something. What's something random you can tell me about yourself? And she goes, I love tequila. And she said that to me in the interview. She said,
and you were like hired.
and I hired her, and she's a damn good employee too.
I would hire her.
It was just so funny and random. She said she was so comfortable though in the interview to say that, and it was hilarious as hell.
Wait, hold
But,
on. What's the race of this student?
She's Asian. She's from Saipan.
Where is that?
It's a US it's like Guam. It's near Guam.
Let me see. Saipan.
Yeah, go ahead and look it up. It's a US territory.
Oh, yeah, it's an island.
Yeah, it's a US territory, but he said, what the fuck is that? Janice picking up her phone. Hold on. Is this new? Is this
I ain't never heard of that.
this a new play? I ain't heard of that one right there. Which characters, if all four of them characters is having a barbecue, whose barbecue would you go to?
Oh, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
No, just so you're going with the Bad Boys team.
You know
Yeah.
what? Take that back. No, never mind.
What?
Actually, you know what? I might still have to give it to Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, because Chris Tucker can handle soul food because he's from Atlanta. But Jackie Chan can also fry chicken very well because Asians are also really good at frying chicken.
Asians fried chicken is fire though, because Jackie Chan's Chinese, right?
Yes.
And wings at Chinese spots be fire.
Oh, crispy as hell.
Yes, that is true though.
Will, have you ever tried Korean fried chicken?
Oh my gosh.
So fucking good.
It's so crispy and crunchy too. It's fire. Yeah. Look at Keegan. I don't know nothing about none of this.
Fuck you, I do.
Look, yeah, I just go home and eat my spinach and dried chicken breasts and
Good
call it
luck.
a night.
I craft macaroni and cheese in the blue box.
No, let's keep it coming. Come on, Janice, let's go.
Marie Callender's chicken pot.
There we go. All right, Professor, another one. Let's go.
No,
Um,
I eat macaroni and cheese as a main dish all the time.
Did it the other night. Let's go.
I had Zatarans last night. I was on the toilet for hours.
my hard boiled eggs with pepper on them.
Why do you have all these seasonings in your cabinet, Will? Is that really needed?
Onion powder.
I've never heard of what is garlic powder. Oh, can you just give me 2 pieces of bread and some cheese? I love a cheese sandwich. That's all I need. I eat like a Viking. Just give me a handful of grapes and a lobster, and I just
And then wash it down with a Coors Light.
All right, we good? Everyone get out of their system.
Can you, what is all these seasonings on my broccoli? This is disgusting. Can you put this under the water and wash and rinse these seasonings off?
You
What
don't
the
microwave your
what the fuck is adobo seasoning? Adobo? What is this? What is this minority language on my seasonings? I
What
don't
is
want
this? What is
this.
this? What is this?
Chitlins.
seasoning?
What is this chipotle seasoning? I don't understand it.
Can I say that I appreciate that Will and Janice are both trying to do a very similar like white voice, and Jacory is just being himself.
I love it. Stays real.
He's real to his core.
Fuck.
Keegan, Keegan carries around a head of cabbage in his lunchbox when he goes to work.
Don't do that. I have taken full rotisserie chickens and full loaves of bread and a block of cheese. Will aptly saying I'm a Viking is
He
actually-
eats like a fucking Viking, bro. Like
He gets like the deli meat, but it's like not sliced. It's just the whole fucking.
just the whole
it's
Hey,
just the benefit of
can
shopping
I,
at Costco, baby.
can you give me a pound of bologna? Oh, you want me to oh, you better not slice that shit. You better not slice that.
If I can't see my teeth marks in it, I don't want it.
He just puts a pound of bologna on the grill and just grills bologna.
I'll still never forget when I found out that like after we moved over to the SSB, and because I was doing that, there were just some days I'd bring in, put my rotisserie chicken, my loaf and all that in there. And then a couple of the students had to go to Trinity and were like, hey, we don't want to like, we just need more space in the fridge. And they didn't want to come to me because they didn't want to like, they just liked me so much.
I didn't know that. That's for real.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Trinity told me about that, and I was like, "Well, who was it?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, it was like Dulce and like one and like they were students that liked me and I worked with all the time, and they just were like, well, we don't want to like bother Keegan. It's just like we just want to." And I was like, "What? Yeah, like I can make room. I don't mean to do that."
God, I would have just like fucking slammed the loaf of bread on your desk and been like, "Why?"
Yeah, and I would have loved that.
Work.
I would have.
Get this shit out of the refrigerator. God dang it.
Who the fuck refrigerates bread, Keegan?
And it was great value white bread too.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I didn't shop at Sam's Club or Walmart, so
It was stiff. It was stiff as
don't
shit.
disparage
boy.
me like that.
It was stiffer than his dance moves at his wedding reception. That's what that was.
Well, you wouldn't know, Will, because you weren't there, because you had back problems.
I wasn't there because we got the date wrong.
I was gonna get to that
You
one.
so did.
I
I
had
do
to
think
say
it,
it first before you said anything, because honestly, I still feel bad about it. Like it's one of those things that you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, "Oh shit, I did that."
yeah.
Because they was texting me about that. I was like, it's actually that week. No, it's not. It's this. I'm like, no.
And then they
what are you
called me
talking
and
about?
Janice was like, Keegan. And I was
Me
like,
and
yeah,
Jose were
sure.
like, "Yo, we fucked up."
You did. You really did.
You
You
did.
did.
Hurry, shut up. You weren't even there.
I know. I wasn't invited.
He said, I know, because he didn't know Keegan's wife.
Damn.
That's why they were like Keegan probably was going to put me on the list, and she was like, "Nah."
Yeah, no, she wouldn't let me. 100% accurate.
We actually have enough black people, so you have to pick between Will or Jacory. I don't know what to tell you.
And then Willie, I didn't even. So what? So yeah, well, like Dorsey was there.
Damn.
End of list.
But I'm
End of list.
Alex
Dorsey.
in the list. But I did try my best to make it up and gave them a nice little kind of like a date night for them. Well, I
Yep.
made drinks, cooked a big platter of food and
God, those
everything
empanadas
from
were good.
And then, yeah, it was a huge platter of food too, from all the stuff that dining used to leave, all the little trays they would leave for us, and I just
It was
kept all them
delicious.
trays. So, motherfucker.
And I joke with him, but I mean, Will also like coming from someone with lower back problems. I get it.
Yeah,
His
that
doctor
shit-
literally was like, "You cannot drive 200 miles to Jacksonville.
Yeah,
You will hurt yourself."
but that's also when I learned. That's when I really knew that Keegan and Amy were fam, because Keegan was like, "Well, if it's money, I'll just get you a hotel and pay for it, so you can stay in a hotel or something." Like, I was like, "Damn!" Like, I thought we was just work proximity
We were proximity
acquaintances.
associates. Nah, baby, we were a work couple.
Nah,
you like-
baby.
Whether you like it or not, Don Abel was accurate.
He
We were-
always says that because Don said that one day. He's like, "Where's your work husband?" And Keegan could tell I was visibly annoyed
He
and
did
pissed
not.
off at that.
He did not like that at first, and then
And then I realized,
Probably-
all right, I'm tripping. Like, I calmed down, Will. But he could tell I was visibly like, well, don't say that shit, bro. Like,
Like I'll still never forget when Will explained to me, like when Candace one time like called him by his middle name and he was not down with that.
Wait, Will, what's your middle name?
Gene.
Is it
motherfucker. You motherfucker.
Is
I
Gene?
wasn't gonna say it.
Right,
respect-
Janice, you little
I
punk
respect
ass.
Will's boundaries.
William
Wait,
Gene.
how is it spelled though? Is it like Jean or
Nigga,
Gene?
you think my name is out here spelled like a pair of pants?
Will Denim Jean Top. And that's on my mama.
Yeah. Ja'Cory, you idiot.
I'm
It's spelled
dumb.
It's spelled Jeeeen.
She said that's on my mama too.
William Jean Thomas.
I mean, Billie Jean is spelled like that. So
Oh, that's true.
It's Gene.
okay.
William Applebottom Jean. That's how it's saved in my phone.
Is it really? Are you serious? You're a
Yes.
jackass. William Applebottom G.
Yeah.
You are stupid. No, I remember that when Candace came up there, hey, William Jean. And I was like, whoa. And I literally said back to her, we're not those kind of friends. And
Wait, who'd you say that to?
Candace, who used to Amy's old boss at the SLC.
Okay.
And she
You're
was and she
confusing her with Kathy. Kathy was her old boss.
oh yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah.
Candace she still works over there. She's getting
She ain't retired yet.
she's about a year and a half away.
Her
Hey,
ass
Will.
old than a motherfucker.
Hey, Will. I have a question. Are you
Yeah.
named after Eugene from Hey Arnold?
That's not wasn't even funny, Janice. What are you
That
This
show
is-
came out in like 1995.
Just wanna be supportive.
like, bro? I was fucking 7, 8 years old when that show came out, jackass. I'm named after my father, whose name, well, my father technically is supposed to be named after his father. So actually, my last name is supposed to be Stewart, but my father's mother, she didn't like her kid's father, so she gave them all her last name and not his. So I'm actually supposed to be William Stewart III, but instead I'm William Thomas Jr. If that makes sense.
Makes sense.
I know you was trying to be funny, punk ass, but I gave you an actual answer.
Hey, Will.
Why don't you think about that while you go watch Shark Tale?
I love Shark Tale.
You're a real like. I just don't really know how to.
Hey, Will. Are you
Oh my gosh.
are you named after Ginobili?
Wait a minute. I don't know. What?
Ginobili, the basketball player.
No, I get it. I don't get that though.
So like Gene and Ginobili, like they're similar.
That one wasn't good.
Okay.
The other one
Yeah.
was good though. Yeah.
I need to look up some more famous Gene.
Some more Gene. The best one was William Applebottom Jeans. That one was a good one. All right, I have a question. What are Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan's names in Rush Hour?
Lee. And that's all I know.
and Carter.
Well, first of all, that was easy because how many Asians do you know with the last name Lee?
Isn't that his first name?
Nope.
I don't fucking know. Shit.
I don't fucking know.
Hey, Will.
Oh my gosh.
Are you named after Pope Jean Paul?
Really? What?
Man, Ja'Cory really likes his eggnog.
Right?
Love it. You should drink it more often.
So are you?
Yeah, answer
No.
the question, William.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
What-
that's the last one for the night.
What is Chris Tucker's name in Rush Hour?
Carter?
There you go. Can you remember his first name?
No,
No.
it's
All
a
right.
detective.
Who would you rather go on a road trip with? He's so dumb. He just said that. Who would you rather go on a road trip? Which partners would you rather go on a road trip with?
Again, with how often we see what like Will Smith and Chris Martin do with like cars, like not them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. What they do in cars.
So I would, yeah, I'll just say, yeah, Rush Hour, baby.
So each movie has 3 films in their franchises. If you had to pick one movie out of altogether, period, which one are you picking?
I'm gonna say Bad Boys 2.
Why?
I think it's the best of the series. Honestly, like as movies, I think the Bad Boy movies are better than the Rush Hour movies.
That wasn't, we was going to get to that. I wasn't answering that, but
Oh,
fine. So go
Well,
ahead then.
that goes into my decision. And I think, well, Bad Boys 2 also takes place in Miami, and it shows you like the real Miami. So I think that's really cool.
True. Okay. What about
Well,
you, Keith?
They all
Huh?
take place in Miami, but like Bad Boys 2, it shows you more of like the Haitian side of Miami.
That also is true. Real quick, what athlete appears in the Bad Boys franchise?
Shaquille O'Neal.
You are incorrect. Great guess.
I don't know.
Keegan, you don't know? I'll
No.
give it. He's a football player. Or was, obviously, because this was 20 years ago, too. He's a legendary Miami athlete. Not from Miami, but he played in Miami.
Is it Sean Taylor?
Nope. Dang, bro. Y'all want the answer?
Yeah.
Dan Marino.
Oh,
Remember,
Oh,
they was in a car chase and they stole
Yeah.
his car and they was like, we need this car. And he said, oh shit, it's Dan Marino. He said, oh, what's up, Dan Marino? All right, back up. We about to take your car.
man. Yeah, Dan Marino was in some legendary flicks like that. Little Nicky, Ace
And
Ventura.
Ace Ventura, yes.
That's a good
Janice, you don't remember that. Gen
Ace
Z.
Ventura's
You
hilarious.
don't remember that Gen Z.
Fuck up. I actually watched Ace Ventura 2 the other day.
2. Oh yeah, 2. I don't know why I said
I
that.
don't like the Ace Ventura movies.
Really? Is that comedy beneath you?
They're a little too lowbrow for him.
Oh yeah. So you don't like Adam Sandler movies either, for real, do you?
Oh,
No,
yes.
I like most of his movies. Just
You
not.
didn't, it was The Waterboy and Little Nicky's too lowbrow for you.
Yeah, I don't like those two.
I knew
like-
it. Or
I like
Grown
Louis
Ups. You don't like Grown Ups either, do you?
No,
I knew he didn't like Grown Ups.
No one likes grown-ups.
but I
Oh,
like Billy Madison, and that's kind of stupid too.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, I love Happy Gilmore.
Oh, that's actually a surprise.
Yeah.
Big Daddy. That's my shit.
I love Big Daddy.
Okay. All right.
None of these movies have Jackie Chan in it though.
So for the longest time, I probably would have said Rush Hour 2, but then like probably about a couple months into the pandemic when Amy and I were rewatching like a bunch of movies from the like 90s and 2000s, I was like, I haven't seen this in forever. Let's rewatch it. And we got like halfway through it and then I just had to stop it because I was like, man, like they really just leaned into that. Hey, they're super different class and cultures. Let's just be like super racist. So like,
Well, hold on. So when you go back, them Rush Hour movies had a lot of moments that people would be pissed off with today.
Absolutely.
Like there
and
was
I don't
one.
want to be, yeah, like I don't want to be like, again, as the like only white person in here, I'm not going to try and be like one of these white people that's like, I'm being offended for you, right, fellows, and like,
Did you say white fellows or right fellow?
right, fellows.
Janice and this little hand is really.
But yeah, we got like halfway through that, and I was like, well, these fight scenes are really great, but the humor really just, especially now when we know like how good humor can be when it's like, hey, these are two very different people of two different backgrounds and ethnicities, and like they can clash, but how good that humor can be when it really like explores the differences between that, but like them coming together and realizing, hey, we're very different, but like we have this commonality and all that. There's still like a lot of good that can be done from that. And that just took the very simplistic, lazy approach. And like, as I've gotten older, I'm just like, there's like,
Hey man, I don't know. I still crack up at all the racial comedy from Rush Hour though.
Yeah.
I
mean,
mean, like there was a in Rush Hour 2 at the beginning. There was a scene when they're chasing somebody running up the steps,
and the Chinese
and
lady
the
is
Chinese
like,
woman was like, "Watch out, Kobe!"
Yeah.
like,
there's
that's
there's
funny
things like
as
that
shit.
where I don't like that one is like out of left field where you're like, oh wow, but it's not terrible.
He was
Like
a
that one still gets like a chuckle, but there's just I don't know, it just really it doesn't go beyond it.
I will agree. I've realized as getting older, a lot of the racial comedy from growing up, people were lazy. It was just lazy. Like a lot of, not all of it, obviously, because some of it's like, I think like the Dave Chappelle stuff from the Dave Chappelle show, that wasn't lazy. That was like really good. But a lot of the shit you look back on, I'm like, oh, they just wasn't really that funny. They was just lazy as shit. Like when you watch an old comedy stand up and they just use those voices to when they're trying to be a white man and they're like, and then when they try to be a black guy and try to be all hip and cool and stuff, like that shit was lazy as hell. But at that time, people was cracking up. Like today at work, I was talking to some of my students and they was just asking me about like dating when I was in college. And I told them, I said, I used to say like, and my homegirls knew I was joking, but I said, I remember one of my homegirls said, Will, you need to look at things from a woman's point of view. So I said to her, all right, well, let me walk in the kitchen and look out the window real quick. And my and my students were so shocked. I can't believe you said that. I said, first of all, I didn't actually mean it. But second of all, this was back in like 2008 where people wasn't tripping up. People wasn't writing thesis statements.
When men could be men is what I'm trying to say.
I miss when men could be men and Christians were Christians.
In the good old days, back when George W. was president.
George W.
Yeah, before women learned how to tweet.
Right? Who taught these women how to tweet?
Yeah, who taught him?
Janice, who taught you how to read? I'm really shocked that y'all just walking around reading signs and shit. I'm really shocked.
Really pisses me off.
Shocking to me as well. I don't know what else to tell you.
Who do y'all think had the better chemistry between the two? Because this is a tough one, because they both, obviously it worked for 3 movies in each one.
So I think I think there are different type of chemistries to where I feel like there's that natural back and forth buddy comedic, like, but we're brothers type of chemistry in Bad Boys. And I think that has aged better.
Yeah.
Because going back, like, again, there's just that clash that they really play up where it's like, oh, they're so different. And like one barely speaks English and the other is just like so very different. And they try to play that up. And I don't think it's necessarily chemistry, but it's just that because they're so like polar opposites and they can get in the jabs at one another, we take it as chemistry. So I think Bad Boys takes it in that regard.
I agree with Keegan.
It feels more natural.
Yeah, because it feels like the whole Rush Hour relationship is like so much more forced.
Yeah.
But then also in Bad Boys, like, what doesn't he like date like the other dude's sister?
Played by Gabrielle Union.
Yeah, but then like he comes back, then like he like stops dating her, and they have like this great relationship.
And then his sister never bring her back up again in Bad Boys.
Never a part of it. They were like, this can only be a twosome, not a threesome. So
who can you guess who was offered the role and who was supposed to play in Bad Boys with Martin at first, and it wasn't Will Smith?
Don Cheadle.
You're never gonna guess this though, but go ahead.
Was it Wesley Snipes?
So that's who they wanted. They never offered it, but that's who when they first made the script. Actually, hold on. When they first made the script, it was for a white guy that played on SNL, Dana Carvey. That's who it was for. It was for them, and then a whole bunch of rewrites and different studios and shit. But imagine that movie with 2 white leads, and one of them is Dana Carvey.
This guy?
Correct. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, so it was 2 white leads at first.
Yep.
Who was the other one supposed to be?
I don't think they got that far, but they just had got with Dana Carvey at first. But then when they finally changed it and they got Martin Lawrence, and they wanted Arsenio Hall, and he turned it down. And he said, Arsenio Hall says that's his biggest regret ever. But when he says that's his biggest regret, do you think Bad Boys would be what it is today if it was Martin and Arsenio Hall?
No, I don't think he would have done bad, but it wouldn't be the same movie.
It still would have been good and pretty big, but you don't think it would have been 3 sequels over 25 years?
Probably not.
No.
Would have been these two dudes in fucking Bad Boys.
Look what she.
I
And-
swear to God, there's an article. It has this picture. They're
So
saying
that's who it was. Okay, so it was Aaron Lovitz's brother, John
John
Lovitz.
Lovitz.
Okay, so originally this wasn't even supposed to be an action movie. This was straight comedy. Like that. That's
Because
what
there's no way it would be an action movie with them in it.
That's what I guess, just from the picture.
But then they wanted Wesley Snipes in it. And
After Martin Lawrence got the other role.
I think it was supposed to be it was supposed to be Martin and Wesley Snipes, but Michael
would've been
Bay.
good.
I think so too. But Michael Bay was very impressed by Will Smith from Fresh Prince though, and that's why and stuff. Do you remember? And I'm pretty sure Keegan, you probably remember this too, but I know you didn't pay attention to Black people until you was like 23, 24. But do you remember back in the day how around 4th of July weekend was always considered Big Willie weekend?
Yeah.
Do y'all remember that? How every summer Will Smith had a blockbuster every summer for a good, like 7 years or something?
I'm not sure if it was that many, but it was a while.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Like, you don't think it was
I mean,
that many?
I'm not sure if it was 7 in a row. Maybe 7, because I mean, so there was definitely.
See,
Men in
hold
Black.
on. So let's see if you can go through them before I announce it.
Okay. All right. So it's definitely Independence Day. There's definitely Men in Black.
Hold on,
Okay.
wait a minute. Do you think you can do them in order?
No, I'm gonna
Okay,
list what
all right.
movies I think that they are. So those are so Independence Day, Men in Black. I know it's not as big of a hit, but I definitely remember it being advertised as such and being a summer movie. Wild Wild West. I might be skipping a couple years here, but I feel like AI was definitely
Hold on, you can't. Wild Wild West came out June 30th, so you can go with Wild Wild West for 4th of July weekend.
okay. I can't.
No, you can. That's
Okay.
part of it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I feel like AI was a summer, June or July,
AI.
or I Am Robot. I'm sorry.
Oh, I Am Robot. Okay. I Robot.
I Robot. Yeah, whatever.
You put I Am Legend with I Robot.
I did. I did.
Yeah, I'll tell you because it came out July 16th, but that's close enough to me.
And then this is where he started not tailing off.
What about Shark Tale?
Well, what about Legend of Bagger Vance? Will,
I
was
knew
that
I was waiting. I was waiting for that one.
was that a summer blockbuster hit?
I was no, that came out in November.
Yeah. All right. What else am I?
But I was waiting for Legend of Bagger Vance.
What else am I missing?
Did you say Bad Boys 2?
God damn, we're literally talking about the
Correct. Bad Boys 2. You said Men in Black and Independence Day, right?
Yeah.
You said Men in Black, Independence Day,
Wild
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 Wild West. You said Bad Boys 2. You skipped one. Men in Black 2.
Oh, that's right, because that did come out a short period afterwards.
Yep.
Yeah, but that wasn't as well received. But yeah, that
But it made $440 million.
you're not wrong.
Oh, hold on. Jacory said Shark Tale. Let's see when Shark Tale came out.
I'm pretty sure it came out in the summer.
No, it came out in October.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it came out in October. And then oh yeah, because I think his last one was like Bad Boys 2. I mean, no, the last one was like I, Robot. That was his last like big 4th of July weekend movie. So I don't know if it was, let's say it was I, Robot, Bad Boys 2, Men in Black 2, Wild Wild West, Men in Black, Independence Day. So he had a good, not in a row, but he had a good 6 movies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He had 6 big 4th of July weekend movies. And he was like that big Mr. 4th of July back in the day. That's crazy to really. Do you think the younger people who are 19 and 20 realize how big of a star Will Smith actually is?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
They grow up in their early childhood watching Fresh Prince.
Dang, I guess that's true. Like, cause even with y'all didn't grow up watching like new episodes of Fresh Prince, but y'all saw it all on reruns
Yeah.
though when y'all was growing up. And also, but y'all still saw when Will Smith was making those huge movies.
Yeah, I was growing up with all those movies.
Yeah, you grew up with the movies. Like, while me and Keegan grew up with Fresh Prince and the movies, y'all grew up with him as a movie star.
Yeah.
Actually, no, me and Keegan grew up movie star, TV star, and rap star.
Dang,
But
how
y'all
does-
didn't grow up with rap star though.
No, but
Will
it's
Smith-
relevant still.
How does it feel to be old as fuck?
Ah,
Really? Was that really needed, Janice? Like, hey man, I work with college students, so they remind me that I'm old on a daily basis. Because y'all, first of all, they would call y'all asses old.
No, you know what? I have a story to tell. So one day I was meeting with a student and she asked me what my favorite TV show was. And I said The Fresh Prince. And she said, oh, that
Bel
makes,
Air.
yeah. And she said, oh, that makes sense because you're older.
That's wild. That's. I thought she was gonna say talking about Bel Air that's on Peacock. That's what I thought she was.
Oh,
gonna
no,
say.
she no, this was before Bel Air. So she
Oh,
knew,
okay.
so she knew what show I was talking about. And she said, oh, that makes sense because you're a little bit older.
how much
That-
younger?
But to say, how old was she? Probably.
So this was in 2017, I think. No, 2018. And she was like 19 or 20 at the time.
That is wild to.
Wild.
It's still because even still when I look at Will Smith, I don't look at an old person.
Yeah.
I still look at him as Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Like I still look at him as Fresh Prince. So that's who's the white Will Smith?
So that means
Like, is there a white counterpart to Will Smith?
so just real quick. That
Hold
means
on, yeah, go ahead, Jacory, go ahead.
that student was 4 years younger than me.
That's not a lot.
It's
But
not-
still, like that makes a big difference.
That's crazy.
white.
She said that makes sense. Do y'all think is there a white counterpart to Will Smith?
I've said this numerous times. It's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, like it's
Oh yeah, you did
it's
say
Tom
that.
Cruise. Yeah, we've talked about this at length.
Do y'all really? Because there's not a white person who's done music, TV, and movies like Will Smith though.
No.
Okay. But do y'all
I
think
think,
they're
Mark Wahlberg?
all right?
Marky
First of all,
Mark.
Mark Wahlberg never did TV, first of all.
Oh, but
But
he did.
and his music career was never as big as Will Smith's either.
But he had a pretty good rap career. He was
No, he did not. Get the fuck. No.
he was right up there with Ice-T and
Yeah, and you're comparing Ice-T to Will Smith now?
On the white side, yeah, maybe.
he was like the Eminem of his day.
No, get the fuck. You are not about to disrespect Eminem. I know it's fun to disrespect Eminem on Twitter these days for some reason. And because Keegan grew up, that was his favorite rapper growing up.
What the fuck, Janice?
Just like she's smoking crack.
And just you're on camera, Janice.
Well, I'm not going to show this part. Right, I'm not going to show this part. Hey, y'all, Janice out here smoking crack.
Methamphetamines.
Who had the better chemistry? Did I ask that?
You did.
Okay, sorry guys. All right, who's the funnier duo?
Ugh.
Will Smith.
Like, who do you feel like? Which movies gave you more laughs? Do you think?
Growing up, it was Rush Hour, but I think after especially rewatching Bad Boys 2 a couple years, I mean, I think it's Bad Boys.
I think Bad Boys always gave me more laughs.
I don't know, man. Rush Hour 2, I remember dying at that in
Okay,
8th grade.
Yeah, you're right. Rush Hour, even though this is like a problematic scene today, when they go to the stylist and he talks about how he wants to dress it, that's still really funny.
It is. Or when they're at that massage parlor and all those Asians come in and he's like, you who? You. Y'all look alike. Like,
Oh, that's Rush Hour 3.
or is it 3? Okay.
That's 3.
That was hilarious as hell, though.
I mean,
Like-
not to count like the fact that though none of those jokes aged well, you have to remember how like when you were in school, high school, middle school, whatever, when everybody watched that movie, how you were cracking jokes
Mhm.
of that movie, and that like took up most of the conversation.
Yeah.
have to say that like I feel like Rush Hour in that sense is funnier than Bad Boys.
But I would say today, I think because I watched Bad Boys 3 last year finally, and Bad Boys 3 is really good actually.
It's the best story of all of them.
Yeah, it actually is probably the best storyline because if you think about it, especially Bad Boys 2, as much as I liked it, it was really just a lot of explosions and laughs. It wasn't like a real storyline to it, which brings me to a trivia question. What drug was being smuggled into Miami? It was the main reason for the movie about a drug being smuggled into Miami in Bad Boys 2. What drug was this?
Was it not cocaine? That's what I associate Miami.
It was not. Hey man, not all Hispanics are smuggling cocaine, bro.
I was talking about Miami.
That's really messed up, Jacory. That's really messed up, man. That's really messed up. I'm sorry, Janice, that he said that. I know your people are a little bit.
It was government grade knockoff Viagra.
Okay. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. Janice, do you have a guess?
You said that's incorrect.
It's what she was just doing. It was heroin.
Y'all never smoked heroin before?
Y'all need to grow up. Shit.
Y'all need to get a college degree or something.
Get a degree and smoke a little heroin. Shit. It actually was ecstasy.
Oh wow.
Which, you know, it's funny to think back that they was wilding out over ecstasy being
That was
smuggled
such
in.
a fucking product of like 2003.
Uh,
Like, cocaine's
2002,
overdone.
2002, Keegan.
Whatever. Like cocaine's overdone. Let's do X.
Do you remember what they were smuggling the drugs in to get them into Miami? Damn, bro.
My dick.
Grow up. Grow up. Y'all remember when they were smuggling? It was a big part of the movie. Like, it was one of the funnier scenes in Bad Boys 2.
Was it fish?
Nigga, what? Bruh. Bruh.
I don't know.
It was coffins and dead bodies. Because you remember there's a scene that they're at the what's it called? The morgue, and Martin accidentally inhaled some ecstasy, so he's high on X also when they was at the morgue, but y'all don't remember that. Okay.
No, I don't.
Well,
I didn't watch all 3 movies in one.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I saw the first 2 Bad Boys.
Keegan never saw any of them actually. He thought we was talking about The Heat with Sandra Bullock and
You know, I actually saw that. You know, I actually saw that for the first time a couple of months ago.
That was your first time seeing that?
Yeah.
That's a really good movie.
Yeah, it was okay.
Really? You just thought it was okay?
I was really surprised. Like, it seemed like a lot of that chemistry felt forced.
Really? I thought it felt natural.
And like, I don't know, like there were parts of it that were good, but I was a little disappointed.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, you know how I am. Like, I don't think women are funny anyway, so
It's dope, dog. I wish I had an editor for this podcast so they can go and find all the problematic things that Keegan has said and we can put it together in a compilation.
No, I can literally do that for you.
I'm about to say, I'm not kidding. I was about to say, just give this video to Janice and she'll do it for free. She'll do it and she'll do it in like 30 minutes. And
It'll be so fucking good.
you will have like Twitter ready weaponized cancellation, it's something for me.
I'm a Janice
Daughter, cancel.
and cancel his daughter too. Cancel her as well.
She ain't doing nothing, but we gotta cancel her. She's related to Keegan.
So, all right. You got one more question and then I got to skedaddle.
Okay. See, I told you I was coming, guys.
Stressed out.
All right. Each franchise has 3 films. Which franchise has all 3 films in the top 11 for highest grossing buddy cop films of all time?
I'm gonna say Bad Boys.
Are we talking domestic or
Bitch, get the fuck
Bad Boys.
all together. You talking about domestic? Yes. No, international, bitch boy.
That was actually a good question because Jackie Chan would carry the Chinese market.
Wow, that's racist. So does
Would
Will
also be
Smith and Martin
dependent-
carry the black market?
I don't
No.
know. Chinese people are pretty racist, so
it also would be
So,
dependent on
Chris
whether or
Tucker's
not-
in this. We're not gonna watch this.
Well, it'd be dependent on if the movies were released in those market at the time. And so like in the mid 2000s, that wasn't guaranteed for a lot of movies.
This
Oh.
is all domestic, guys.
Here comes Keegan with the spreadsheet.
With the
I mean, you joke,
spreadsheet.
I do have multiple spreadsheets for my budget, for like how much money I spend each year on video games.
Hey,
for my
Keegan,
Christmas
how
budget.
about Keegan, how about you budget these nuts, bitch
Yeah, sure.
boy?
You want me to itemize it, or like, do you have a preferred?
Yeah,
Like,
itemize my dick, bitch boy.
okay, like, I mean,
Is that
I mean-
something we'd have to use a VLOOKUP for?
yeah, like, I mean,
Yeah, what's
which
this?
program do you want me to use? I mean, do you want me to?
What's
go
the
with,
biggest program?
I mean, do you want me to go with like a classic like Excel, or do you want me to use like something a
Google
little more
Sheets.
complicated?
Ask Jeeves. Use Ask Jeeves.
Now, I'm a fan of Alta Vista. Thank you.
Shut up. I bet you it's Monday to organize your life.
What?
Or what? Like what?
What did you say?
Did you think that was a good? Did you think that was a good burn?
Not in this setting.
Did you really think like, oh, I'm gonna fucking get Keegan with this one?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, like,
Fuck you.
I'm gonna show him
7-point ops, whatever.
we
7
actually
point
don't use
ops.
7-point ops anymore. So,
Y'all don't? What y'all use?
I mean, we really just have integrated everything into Mazevo.
He said
so,
we really just be printing paper off. Like,
yeah. Well, the way things are at the union.
wait a
you know,
minute,
the-
what do y'all use though for real?
Mazevo. It was actually designed by one of the guys who did EMS.
What's it? How you spell it?
Mazevo.
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 I'm gonna look this shit up.
And it's great because like I'll get emails and like voicemails from students. I tried submitting the thing on Mazevo.
So y'all don't use 7 points anymore? That's what y'all use?
No, yeah, because we like the app integrates with that with like setup stuff as well.
What
Some
you
of the
mean?
managers still, I think, do the manager reports through 7-point ops, but we don't use that as the setup stuff anymore.
Like, what do you? I'm gonna have to ask you about that another time, because
Yeah. I'm about to say, how about we focus on this one last question?
I was about to say, hey, nerds, can you give us the answer?
hey nerds. So what are y'all going with? Do you need me to ask the question one more time?
Yes,
No,
actually.
I think it's Bad Boys.
Okay.
Oh, the box office. Yeah, Bad
So
Boys.
each franchise has 3 films. Which franchise has all 3 films in the top 11 for highest grossing buddy cop films of all time?
I'd still go with Bad Boys. I know the third Rush Hour wasn't as successful as the other two, and the third Bad Boys was not it was still pretty successful just before COVID hit.
Yeah.
And it's a trilogy. Like it's a third one. Usually that doesn't do well.
Just give us the answer, bitch boy.
Fucking answer.
All y'all going with Bad Boys?
Yeah.
It's Rush Hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
So Rush Hour 2 is the number 2 highest grossing. The first Rush Hour is the number 10 highest grossing, and Rush Hour 3 is the number 11 highest grossing. The highest one for Bad Boys is Bad Boys 2 at number 12.
Oh wow. What's
and
up?
then, and
what's up
Bad Boys 3 is like around 25, 26, and Bad Boys, the original one, is like 31, 32.
That's not right.
You said it's not wrong?
No, it's not right. What's the number 1 highest grossing buddy cop film?
Oh shit. Hold on. Let me look it back up. Wait a minute.
How are you gonna know these numbers, but you don't know the list? Like,
Because I only did Rush Hour and oh no, I did write that down. I'm tripping. I did write that down because it's a Will Smith movie,
oh, is it iRobot?
Men in Black.
Oh, okay.
There's a whole ride. There's a whole
What?
black ride at Universal Studios.
I love the Men in
Oh
Black.
yeah. And 22 Jump Street's number 3.
I love 22 Jump Street too.
You know, I'm surprised. I thought Lethal Weapon was gonna be up there actually. And what's it called with the Eddie Murphy
48 hours.
48 hours. I thought that was gonna be even higher than that. But
No.
I remember the Rush Hour movies was huge as shit.
Hmm.
All right, we're gonna let Keegan go. Do you guys have a little bit more time, Janice and Jacory?
I can be here all night.
I forget. He always be like, I don't give it. Janice was like, well, I'd be a little tired sometimes. I don't know about all night. Janice,
she's gonna
you work in the corporate liberal world where you liberal woke mob just going to work at any time you want to.
No, not really. Like I'm supposed to be there at a certain time, but I just
You're
show up.
supposed to. And y'all just going there dressed any way you want to dress.
You guys probably get like 100 mental health days a year.
He's dumb.
No.
That's why Janice is getting back into therapy now, because they don't get
That's why Elon
That's
is going
why
to
she's snorting heroin, you dummies.
on a podcast, guys. Come on. Keegan, you know what you look like right now? You look like the profile picture of a guy that's like, I mean, I get what you're trying to say. I'm not racist or anything, but if he would just listen to the cop, he would
What
still
I
be
need to
alive.
do-
He'd still be alive.
No,
It's
no,
get
wait,
some-
wait,
Get
wait.
some sunglasses and shave my head and then get a truck and then just take a picture.
What would you say,
Oh,
Janice?
he looks like the kind of guy who would say, just to play devil's advocate.
God, oh God, I fucking hate white
I mean,
centrists.
What do you like? What has Biden really done? What has he done?
Group leader.
Damn, Keegan, man. I miss you in your brawny paper towel flannels.
I look like a
I
stock.
miss these brawny muscles too, don't you, bitch?
Well, that's been Keegan, guys.
That concludes the chicken and liquor hour.
that concludes the Keegan and Liquor Hour.
Professor, you stay cool. Don't let Southside get too full of himself. And Janice, just always remember, I love you and I'm proud of you.
Oh.
What you got for me?
Exit chat.
You
Man,
know I love you, work wife.
if he didn't say anything, he just
He
left.
could have, wait a minute, hold on. He could have said work husband. He could have said work husband. He
Yeah,
didn't
no,
even
I'm
go
your
with
work
that.
husband.
But
You
he said work wife.
In this
Yeah,
room.
like, why does it matter to you? I thought gender was just a contract. So why does it matter if you're my wife?
I never said that. I need my women pregnant and barefoot in the kitchen.
I can be one of those things.
I'm pregnant.
Pregnant or barefoot? Which one?
Find out next week on the Chicken Liquor Podcast.
All right, guys, that's been Keeks. Keeks, we love you.
And y'all have a good night.
Bye, bitch.
Bye. Love y'all.
Get the hell out of here.
That's fair.
That's fair. That's fair.